Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial of the React Native. Today we are going to learn about the Redux Saga in React Native. So how we are going to integrate the Redux Saga in your React Native, we are going to learn in this video. Those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, please do like, share and comment on my video. So let's get started. So first I will show you the demo right now. So here I have connected to the Anydesk, and here you can see that if I just reload the app, reload. Okay, so currently id title and the body user id is empty. When I click on the fetch data, loading and keep give you the data, right? So basically I have just gone through the API call over here also. So let's dive into the code level and check how we are going to call the API, what is the structure of the Redux Saga. Let's have a look on that. Okay, so I have created this full-fledged file for that one. So first we have to create a, for the creating a React Native application, you have to use this one, npx React Native init Redux Saga, then cd Redux Saga, install the dependency, install the necessary dependencies for the Redux and Redux Saga. So you need to install this one. If you want to add the Redux dev tools extension, you can also add this one. Okay, next, we have to set up our Redux store and the Saga middleware. So create the directory structure for your Redux store and the Saga, make directory source. Then we have to create the files, actions, reducers, and the saga.js. Okay, so if you don't know about the what is action, what is reducers, so you have to check out my previous videos regarding what is actions, what is reducers. And if you want me to create that a tutorial on that, what exactly it is, just let me know in the comment section, right? So next part, we have to open the action section, source action.js. Here you can see that we have a source. Okay, we have actions. So these are the actions like fetch data success, on fetch data failure. Okay, so fetch data type, fetch data success, we are just adding over the data over here, and if something and data failure, then we are writing over here the error. Okay, the next file is the reducer. So here we are going to create a reducer file over here. So here we have the reducers, fetch data success, and fetch data failure from the actions. Initial data state is empty, loading false, error null. Okay, so here we have the action type. If the fetch data, then we are here we are cloning the state, loading to be true, error to be null. So that means fetch data success. Then we're cloning the state. Then in data we are adding the action.data, whatever the data comes from the API call, we are adding over here. Then loading to be the false. If anything goes failure, then the state in error section, we are adding action.error and loading to be false. If I go to the terminal, here you can see that what the API response is. Here you can see, here we have the body, right? So here, if I just do the enter over here, so you can also console what the response getting it from the API call. Okay, so here we have the error part also. In the previous we have getting the error one. If I just click on the fetch data, here you can see that the body, okay, id title and everything we are getting from the API, so there is no error part over here, right? So it is going to that one, fetch data success, in the data action dot data part. Okay, and after that we have a root reducer, data dot reduce data reducer, combine reducers and export that root reducer. Okay, then in the Saga where we are calling the API call over here. Okay, so we are using the Axios, and here we have the put, take, latest and all from the Reader Saga effect. Here we are calling the API that we are using the yield axios.get. So this is basically the get API, and here we are console the data, and then we are stringify the data what exactly it is. Then yield put fetch data success. So this is fetch data from the actions we are calling, and we are sending the response data. So when we call this one, okay, so it will have, here you can go with the fetch data success, and in the reducer you can see that fetch data success. Here you can see it will adding the data, so action dot data, it is in the data part, right? So this is the flow. Okay, in the Saga we what we have do, we have called the API with the Axios get. Then we are yield dot put, we are calling this in actions fetch data action, and we are sending the response dot data. Okay, if anything goes wrong, we are sending the fetch data failure with the error dot message. Okay, then here we have a function watch fetch data, take the latest always, fetch data. Okay, so here you can see that the fetch data we have, this is fetch data, so always getting the latest data from here. Okay, and export dot default function root saga yield all fetch watch fetch data. Okay, so this is the API section that we are doing on. Okay, then the main file, that is the index and the app.js. Okay, so here this is completed reducers and the sagas. Okay, so basically here we can see that the set up your Redux Saga middleware to handle the data fetching. So saga.js is basically the file where we are handling the data fetching part. Okay. Now we are going to configure the Redux and the Redux Saga in your app. In your index.js file, you can configure your Redux store and the Redux Saga like this. So here we have the index.js. Here we have the root reducer. Okay, create Saga middleware. Okay, and we have an app registry provider, that is from the React Redux. Okay, and then we have a root reducer, then saga. Okay, then here we are create saga middleware, create saga middleware, then store apply middleware, then saga middleware run root saga. And here we are wrapping all the files into the app. So here we have a provider store. Basically here we are passing here to assess the state from anywhere. Okay, then app.registry component redux saga app. Okay, then we have the main file, that is app.js file, where we are rendering part here. Okay, so this is the first, we have the rendering view redux saga app, two buttons we have. So you can see that if I go here, we have two buttons, fetch data and the log data. So here we have the fetch data and the log. So once the data render, so first it shows the loading, then render the data. In the render data, what we have done this dot props dot data. So we're getting the data. If the data is there and the data dot data, we have this one access the data field with the API dot data ID, title, body, and the API user ID. And after that, we are calling this into here. Okay, loading after the text, and this render the whole file over here. Okay, if something went wrong, it will show the props error part. Okay, and at the last you can see that we have to map state to props state. So whatever the data comes, state dot it's set in the data. Loading, so we are all setting that into the loading part. If it's error is there, then state data dot error will go over here, and then export dot default connect map state to props. Okay, so this is the full-fledged React Native Redux Saga tutorial. So if you want to extend that tutorial, I will definitely extend that one with each and everything what exactly it means. This is basically the demo for the how to call the API and all. We will going to learn much more on that note. Okay, so any doubt, any query in that, do let me know in the comment section. And this is how we are able to fetch the data from any of the API that you can want to fetch. Any doubt, any query, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.